your first batch rendering assignment, and you guys are going to be making your first rendered film for this class. You know, it's kind of a film. It's just a video. You're making a video. It's like, I mean, I guess you could make a film in 5 seconds, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, the point of this is going to be you guys will be batch rendering out a project. The project itself is for you guys to dream or to draw inspiration upon a dream or a nightmare that you have had. Okay, you do not have to recreate it exactly, but use it as reference for the video. It can be as abstract or as literal as you would want it to be. All right. So, you guys are required to assemble an environment, light and texture it. You can add a character in here if you want. You are not required to. And you are required to create an animated camera to move through and explore the space in 120 frames. Okay, that is only 5 seconds. That is basically a lazy turn of the camera. That is not a lot of time at all. All right. I've seen people in 5 seconds try to explore the Louvre, and that does not work. All right. So you guys will be batch rendering out these frames, 120. It's not too bad, and you're going to be compositing these in After Effects and giving me a final video. Cool. Cool. All right. This is going to be due on the 21st. So you have 2 weeks for this. If I can make some recommendations on your scheduling, I would honestly have the entire scene lit and test rendered, so just doing some little test renders here and there, and textured by next week. Okay? Oftentimes, the students that are doing this project get really held up by the batch rendering times, because it may take 30 minutes per frame, but 120 frames, that's going to be about 60 hours. Now, 30 minutes a frame, that's pretty fast to me. I have plenty of times where my film is taking an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours a frame. So, if you need 120 hours for a computer to render, well, you're going to need to make sure you can set aside enough time to do that. So, having this ready to go and batch rendered by next week is going to be your best bet. Okay?
Ready to batch render or already batch render?
No, ready to batch render by next week.
Can you that process can be stopped or paused right as the
It can. It actually can. So, I'll talk about some batch rendering tips that I go through, but it absolutely can be paused. It's not one of those things where once it starts, you cannot stop it no matter what. So, like, the nice thing is with, just to make sure everyone understands, batch rendering is just basically rendering out multiple frames, and so you're getting just a ton of EXR files. So with mine, so we'll take a look at, so we'll just look at one of my shots. Shot 1003, it's just 240 EXR files. That's all it is, each individual frame, so it's 10 seconds. Okay? You can stop it at any point. It just means that frame, let's say, if you stop on frame 7, that means frame 7 is going to be the last frame that it rendered. And then when you restart it, you'll just restart on frame 7. Okay? Now, also what's kind of cool is that you don't have to do this only on one computer. We can rig this up to work on multiple computers. So we'll say if you have 120 frames, and each frame is taking about an hour to get done. If you divide and conquer on 2 computers, it'll take 60 hours total. If you do on 4 computers, it'll take a lot less, right? So you can basically take over multiple computers and render it out really quickly, which is why I was dominating all these computers over the weekend.
Oh yeah, we saw. We had this room for 24 hours.
I know.
Yes.
So, anyway.
You just upload it from a flash drive, put it in my
No, actually, I need to get you guys onto it. What I have is a network drive that I had IT set up for me a couple years ago. It's actually 1 terabyte. And so I actually have, what I usually will do is have students given access to the shading, lighting, and rendering class, or rendering folder. And then, so like, I have a folder here from Adrian Zavala from last year. You can upload your project folder onto here, and then if you map it properly to your user profile, every computer you log into will have this folder sitting here, since that network drive will be mapped. And then you can just open up Maya, set your project folder to like this folder, and then it'll read all of your texture files out properly. Then you can open up your scene file. And then you just set up the frame range you want to go, and then you're done. Hit batch render, and that's it. Play some Pokemon. Okay? Alright. Any questions about the assignment? No? Okay. Alright, let's talk about batch rendering.